I do love the optimism of the no speed limit signs or reverse national speed limit signs. The road down on the right is quite interesting because you'll see that very shortly as we climb. It gives a very good indication of the torque of these big American engines. And it'll hold third and pull. It'll hold third and pull very easily. That's that road down there we just left. And a gap over the side that you really don't want to think too much about. Still pulling third. You've got to be fairly careful around here because it is really a single carriageway road, but it's two-way with passing places. Looking down there again, and very conscious of the fact that where you face is where you point. That's where we climbed from, and we've done no miles. Hang on, is that fourth? Mind, we have flattened out a little bit now. The main climb has gone. I'll go down to second again, I think, just to there's no point taking the piss. Nice blind summit. And that's a car park down. No, it isn't a car park, that one. It could be. There's a car park just from the top in a second, which is where we pulled over on Saturday. But you're so occupied as you're driving forwards or riding forwards that you don't tend to see things on the left and right. You're too busy working out what's happening on the road in front. And that's the car park. What a nice place to break down. I'm going to carry on just because it's a beautiful, glorious, spectacular, empty. You can't call it a wasteland really, because it isn't. It's a heath, a common, it's a ridge. I'll just remind you, this is the Breakout, which has a very poor record for ground clearance in the corners. Because those tailtails don't half stick out a long way and out. And they're low. It is unfortunate you will not hear anything, I don't think, apart from the ambient wind noise. Ambient? Yeah, probably. What I should do is tune my microphone on the Senna combination of parts. I'm using the Senna 20S and the Prism. I've never been down there before. Let's go down here. No idea where Rattling Hope is. The left-hand lane takes us over to the location of the Vintage and Sportster event that Kev Scrivener runs. I don't think I'll go down there on this. Maybe on a Cossack one day. What I'm looking for really is a good photo location for the breakout, with the idea of just breaking out. This is breaking out from conventions, from society's norms, from dull, normal roads. This looks like you're going round to the left, but is that a car park, or is it a termination, or is it I don't know. Excuse me a moment. I do apologise about that. It's hardly one of those dangerous roads, but it's an interesting thoroughfare. I am rather facing in the wrong direction now because the sun is ahead of me. I think I should turn around and go back, unless I get the chance to go down off this side of the Mynd, across towards where the Vintage and Sportster was, and then back up the long climb on the other side. Although that does tend to presuppose I know how to get from one end to the other, and I don't think I do. I can see it wending its way down the hill, and I can see where it's going now. Not big on traffic, but that's opportune, because this makes the Hard Knock Pass look like a motorway. And having rejoiced in the joy of having a big chalk engine to go and climb it, you might question the wisdom of climbing up somewhere like this on something like this. But as anybody who's ridden a big daft American twin knows, they're just very good lazy power. They're ridiculously forgiving. And if you treat them with respect, they will look after you. That's a good drop down there. You can't see that with the side of the helmet my camera is on, which is a bit of a shame. Do I carry on down? I think I do carry on down. I've refueled. I'm no longer on the long Mynd, technically. Just a big valley. Lots of loose in the middle of the road. But that just means you take care. Especially when you've got a 240 section rear tyre, as I have on the back end of the Breakout. And heading down to a campsite on the Welsh side. Although I think we are still fairly deep into Shropshire at the moment. This looks like it could be the road that I know from the bottom. It is. I'm going to attempt to climb up the other side of the long Mynd. Long Mynd from the Welsh side, on what they call the Church Stretton Loop. This is a very sobering descent on a shovel head. To get the sense of the angle, I'm not sure you can. I'll sit in first. It'll hold second, that's okay. That's a climb. You really don't want to meet somebody coming down here. You never really want to follow somebody going up. The word blimey springs to mind, and it's only one such word. Most of the others I want to think of are not particularly appropriate for this audience. And now we're back on top of the hill. It doesn't take very much time on Long Mynd to get from the bottom to the top. Not in terms of distance. Only height. And now I'm trying to work out it is straight on. That was allegedly called Snow Hill. And today's additional battery power was brought to you by Harley-Davidson's Livewire launch gift. Not launch. Preview gift. Experience gift. Just glorious. Oh. Yes. Be wary of the sheep. I wouldn't like to guarantee they make the right decision every time. I don't know if I've heard about Harley-Davidson. Good Lord, they got ponies up here as well. I didn't know they had ponies on the Mynd. If you hang around a few days, I'll come back with a dark horse. Bless. It's a lot near, oh dear. It is a lot nearer than the New Forest would be. This has reminded me, actually, what I was going to do with this bike is go and see Yeti at the Hogfather motorcycles and see how this looks compared to the Kansas Gunfighter, which is pro stock, stretched out, styling. It's just astonishing up here. I'll take this video back for Amanda first. She'll be able to go and work out where all her walks are going to be. Because she'll be able to crisscross this for weeks. That's the AA van still there. No, it can't be. That's a different car park, I think. Is that our junction? No, we didn't turn off there. Somebody's doing donuts. Maybe this AA van, but I'm sure that's a different car park. I do hope it is the same AA man, because if it is, that means the car park I wanted to use as a backdrop is available. This is the junction, I believe, where I turned right. Left, as it is now. Yep, I'm sure it is. Rattling Hope, or Raidling Hope. So I'm not that far from the church. Streatham End again, having had a good run over the top. The question is, where do I stop for my photo shoot? That's the mountains where Amanda was the other day. That's quite a nice looking mountain. That's the car park where the AA van was. It's just down to where the sun's going to be. Because unless you've got a very high sun, you get a huge number of shadows. Ground clearance on the corners has been challenging on the bike. I certainly can't complain for the behaviour of that fat tyre on the back, which has behaved impeccably. There are so many better police I could have used if I'd gone back up that hill. But never mind. Even that car park's empty now. Very careful around here because there's a blind summit, and there's another one. Is he going to have space? Probably not. He's got four-wheel drive though. And though he could have gone down there anyway, plenty of spaces. And now we start the descent into Church Streatham, which isn't as steep as I don't think it is 1 in 4. Feels like it in places, but I don't think it is as steep as the Welsh side. nice blind summit. Anything could be on to the side of there. It's ever so sobering. But I think everybody who takes on this sort of road has to be grown up about it. They have to recognise the hazards. That is the road, and again you can get an idea of how far you're travelling, how far you're going to go down and how quickly. There are more passing places further down here than that one, I believe. Let's let them come through for there. It's a long way down there. One thing I've never done is gone across the bottom to get an idea how steep these things are looking up. I'll just do that quick yawn for Amanda before I switch off and head for home. Armco or Modcons. You wouldn't want to go down there, would you? I've got to say, I don't know whether anybody ever has. I'm sure somebody must have done. They're bypassing plates already. That's good of them. Yep, this big fat tyre on the back has not given a moment's concern. Absolutely good as gold. I don't think that is the actual road down to there. That's I think to a house. So I'm looking for a good left-hand turn once we get down onto the flat. That's not. Ah, dear. I think maybe along Hills Road, actually. No parking on this point. That doesn't ring true then. I'll check when I get home. It's been a good long day so far. Down here on the off chance. Heading out towards All Stretton. Harding Mill Valley sounds very promising. And that looks like a bloody big hill. Oh, come on, you. There's a glider. There's those cars on that hill. Yes, this is the place. And a glider playing on there more than a babbling brook. And the hill I would have fallen down if I missed that lane. What if Amanda ever goes missing and know where she is? I should really take some of those for it. Well, blue skies and greenery. Yep, that's the Armco. Tuck that away in there. I will leave you recording until I get to the other end of Cardingley. Then I'll head for the hills. Well, I will head for the flatlands, in fact. I'm in the hills. Oops, sorry. Ooh, a house for sale. But as lovely as it would be, in terms of views, location, etc., think of all the people. Well, dear listener, dear viewer, I shall bog off now. The Burway, of course, that's what it's called. I shall bog off to All Stretton, Shrewsbury, Whitchurch, and home. And catch you again another time. Recording finished.